We live in a world overflowing with beautiful words, a world that instinctively glorifies tender phrases as the ultimate expression of romance and love. We often hear promises like, "I will never leave you," or "You are everything I need," or "I would endure anything for you." In the moment, these words feel sincere, moving, even necessary. Yet, over time, they can quietly turn into hidden knives if they are not supported by clear boundaries and firm standards. True romance is not what merely warms us for a moment. It is what protects us, over the long run, from breaking, what shields us from the slow erosion of dignity and affection. If we want a more mature definition of romance, we must connect it to what keeps love healthy, balanced, and capable of lasting, rather than to what sacrifices the self in the name of emotion. From this perspective, the most romantic sentence one might ever say in a relationship could be this: "If you ever stop treating me with respect, I will leave without hesitation." At first glance, this may sound harsh, even threatening, as though it undermines security. But in truth, it is a clear declaration of self-respect, a line drawn not to destroy love, but to protect it. Love without boundaries quickly becomes chaos, and chaos never gives birth to peace. In the early stages of any relationship, we are all at our best. We choose our words carefully, offer extra attention, and avoid anything that might disturb the other person. But this phase is not a test of love, it is a test of commitment. As time passes, our true dispositions begin to surface, and the gap between words and actions either narrows or grows wider. This is where the real examination begins. Will we maintain respect when it becomes difficult? Will we remain kind when we are angry? Will we repair our mistakes, or will we hide behind excuses? Many people confuse patience with self-erasure, forgiveness with surrender. They believe love means remaining silent in the face of harm, convincing themselves that neglect is temporary and cruelty is accidental. But what we labeled temporary has a way of solidifying into permanent patterns. Human beings learn far more from reactions than from words. When we forgive without limits, we teach others that we have none. When we accept repeated apologies without change, we reinforce the idea that regret alone is enough. Here lies an uncomfortable truth. People usually treat us according to what we allow, not according to what they promise or intend. Relationships are governed by good intentions alone, but by the behavioral signals we send day after day. If we tolerate postponement, commitment will be postponed. If we accept neglect, neglect will become normal. If we compromise our dignity, no one will feel compelled to protect it. Not necessarily because the other person is malicious, but because humans tend to offer the minimum effort required to maintain continuity. We rise to our best selves only when we know there are real consequences for carelessness, when love is not guaranteed regardless of behavior. Just as students quickly learn which teachers' boundaries can be tested and which cannot, partners do the same. Unspoken rules shape relationships far more than emotions ever do. One of life's quiet paradoxes is that those who establish clear boundaries rarely need to enforce them. Their mere presence creates balance and earns respect. In fact, the other person often feels safer, more grounded, because they know where the lines are drawn, what is acceptable and what is not. Deep down, none of us loves chaos. Neither children nor adults thrive in it. Absolute freedom without structure does not feel like safety. It feels like being lost. We need people who protect us from our worst impulses, not those who excuse them. People who call us toward our better selves, not those who allow us to become smaller. Some learn this lesson early because they grew up protected and defended. They mature knowing how to say no without guilt and how to walk away without fear when they are mistreated. Others learn the lesson painfully late, after years of damaging relationships, emotional depletion, and silent heartbreaks. Those who endured a difficult childhood pay the price twice. once when they had no one to protect them, and again when they enter adult relationships expecting mistreatment as if it were normal. These hidden expectations show themselves in small behaviors: silence, justification, repeated self-sacrifice, fear of confrontation. Tragically, such signals are often interpreted as permission for harm to continue. That is why when we begin a new love story, kindness alone is not enough. Kindness without awareness can become a vulnerability. Yes, we must listen, care, express affection, and show gratitude, but we must also be firm, able to defend our dignity without aggression and our needs without shame. Mature love is not built on fear of loss, but on daily choice, the choice of respect, honesty, and confrontation when necessary. Nothing kills love faster than prolonged silence in the face of harm. To say early on, "I will not accept disrespect. I will not remain in a relationship that diminishes me. I will leave if love turns into harm." This is not cruelty. It is an invitation to a healthy, clear, and just relationship. In the end, love does not flourish through grand promises alone, nor through absolute devotion, but through one quiet, steady sentence spoken early and meant sincerely. "I love you, and that is why I will protect myself and protect us from becoming cruel to one another."